Good day guys, Kami here. Welcome to the fourth challenge of the Langrisser Cross Trails of Coast 2 collaboration. Holy Iron Maiden descent. So right, this is going to teach you guys a black tag method where you only need to mostly focus on one character, and that is Yuria. You need a highly trained Yuria, and most preferably to have a HP threshold of above 8k HP. And to make it even more stable, you need Dimension Jewel, and you need a Furroquare that do not need to wear anything. Yep. So this is showing you guys a much more stable play for the game. So this is a black tag method, and you will find out why. And towards the end of the video, I will be showing you guys the equipment I have for the characters. And this video will be divided into two parts, part 1 and part 2. So if you're interested, look at the items and equipment, kindly visit the part 2 of the section. So yep, this is a black tag method. So after giving the buff straight up ahead, we're gonna use Furroquare to swap place with Iron Hood, aka the 7 Seas. And then Leon's gonna follow up with a kick to kick her towards the corner. And apparently at the end of the day, our objective is to push her to the top right corner of the arena, while Furroquare will remain on the sky terrain, which Iron Hood will not be able to reach, but at the same time to be close to hers at 4 squares or tiles, so that she will her talent will not trigger, and at the same time she will not be using her 3C skills or any AoE. So this is just straight up a trick. So we need to be constantly aware of your Yuria's character and HP. So you gotta choose the strongest soldier for your Yuria. If you got trained your infantry, that would be nice, because infantry soldiers unit have the core skill that when they are fighting enemy solo or when there's no allies, 1 squares or tiles around them, they will have damage reduction of a maximum of 20%. So for my case, I do not train my infantry, so I will go with the best choice I had. So that is the holy unit. So yeah, once we reach here, we are almost there. We're gonna start following the trick, and we're making use of Yuria for this black tag to trigger, and later on we will boost all our ally attack to almost, well, where we can one punch her. So this will be since it's a black tag, it's gonna be quite a boring section once our trick is done. Okay, and if you're not going to be playing with Glory or Light, you can play another team. We shall be using the same characters, as that we will be switching from the buffer of Elwin to Luna, and for Almeida to Lana. And you'll only be using that if your Yuria HP threshold is 8,000 to 8,005. If not, it is best suggested to play with Elwin's as faction buffer. And having Almeida in the group, you do not need a very highly trained Almeida. We just need her to heal Yuria to make sure she don't die easily. And using Almeida, the downside will be once later on Iron Hood start transforming, there will be some terrain buff and debuff that will trigger, where healing will become healing towards the hero will become reverse healing. So it means we will not be able to end our turn or auto end mass end turn easily, because it might cause Almeida to heal reverse certain ally, and I'll not go too deep right now. We'll go through once that thing start hitting. So yep, the trick right now you're seeing is that. So Ferroquel will be staying on the skies, and Yuria is hitting Iron Hood solo, and yep. So you gotta be careful and constantly to buff your characters, and you gotta use the stronger skills that is exclusive to Yuria to constantly remove the buff from Iron Hood whenever you got a chance. So because I'm not using Yuria at the HP threshold limit of 8,000 HP, so apparently she'll die at least once or twice, and this is considered a much more lower tier play. So the maximum for now I can drag is to between turn 15 to turn 18, and the whole team gotta go all out to finish off Iron Hood. So yeah, this is the part where after Iron Hood transform, and it's best that she transform after she attack you, and she transform during the end of turn. So right now this face buff you're looking at, so it will apparently every turn it will stack and will increase your ally attack and intelligence. However, at the same time it will cause healing to become healing reversal, and this is why we got to be careful with Almeida on the map. So the purpose will be for Yuria to get hit, and at the start of a turn Almeida will end her turn first, so we will get to heal Yuria instead. And yep, we got to cast Chivalry for Leon so that he will not be affected by healing reversal. And this way we will be stacking our heroes with a stack, and by between turn 12 to 15 you will be able to see 30 stacks of the skills to your heroes, and they can easily go between 8 to over 10k attack. However, do know that this does not really apply to Luna. I tried, and apparently Luna attack is very low because it does not boost magic defense. So yep. So basically the trick is to use Yuria to stand off with Iron Hood, while your ally will be getting the buff from the terrain icon, yep, which is known as the Iron Curse. So Leon will be staying in the Iron Curse terrain, as long as he has Chivalry, and once Chivalry is off, he will be leaving the terrain, and we will need to prevent him from getting healing reverse from Almeida. And once he's out of healing reverse curse or icon, feel free to move Leon to Liana, especially when he only left with 1 at the end of a turn. It becomes 0. During that turn, move Leon near to Liana, so Liana can act again on Leon, and he can cast Chivalry at the buff zone again without getting affected by healing reversal. So at the same time, Almeida will be able to heal Yuria instead. And towards the end of this part 1 video, I did a small mistake, which is I apparently used the auto end turn because I got so confident, but I did apparently because of that mistake it kind of mass heal Leon with healing reversal and caused Leon to die. So I did use a clock once, so you just gotta be careful if you're going to be using the team I'm introducing you, so you got to be careful about having a strong Yuria on, also about your Leon. However, if your Yuria is highly trained and have a HP threshold limit of over 8k, feel free to use Luna, the Princess Buffer faction team, to play. You definitely have a much more stable play, and you don't have to be worried that your Almeida is using healing to kill off your characters. So that every time one character take an action and their turn, and if you're staying at the terrain, all of them will get buffed. So all of them will get the stack, and the buff has no cap limit, has no turn limit, so they just keep stacking and stacking and stacking. So if your other characters are highly trained, you should be able to charge towards Iron Hood when you have between 30 to 35 stacks. However, for me, my characters are not that highly trained, so I will try to wait to go as high as possible. So this is the part I'm talking about. So once Leon ends his turn and the healing reversal is gone, get Leona to act again on Leon. So we cast Chivalry so we can faster, or we can speed up the Iron Curse stack for all allies. So yep, apparently Elwin will be my final trump card because he has Sword Soul and will boost a big amount of damage. Sword Soul will remove the buff or stacks Iron Hood has on her body, and at the same time, well, will be dealing much more damage against her. So basically, as you can look at it right now, it's very dry, very straightforward. You just got to make sure Ferroquest the move, Yuria survived the attack from Iron Hood, and Almeida will be healing Yuria at the start instead of other characters. So once Leon is out of Chivalry, we'll move him out of the box the next turn. So yeah, this is a part where I got a bit dry and I try to attempt auto end turn, and that's where I start making my mistakes. So you got to be careful if you're playing the Elwin's buffer with Almeida's play. So yeah, it's very dry, so all you need to see every turn is that Yuria survived the heat from Iron Hood. And remember to always buff her on time, if not she will not be able to take the blow from Iron Hood. Yep, every time Iron Hood buff got hit 3 stacks and Yuria has the debuff, the buff removal skills, just spam it. And when when Leon is having healing reversal, always end his turn first outside of the terrain. So now we can act again on him. So if your Chivalry is still not up, stay out of the circle. Once your Chivalry is up, go in the circle, cast Chivalry, and let the cycle redo its trick again. And because Leon has been going in and out of the circle, so he's the only character receiving the least buff of all the characters who are staying in the terrain zone. So alright, we are coming to the end of part 1, and don't worry, I did use clock wands and I did not record into this video, so you guys don't have to worry of copying the mistake that I make. So yep, just try to stay focused and do not spam auto and turn. So alright, see you guys on part 2 of the video. I hope this video helped.